Hello guys, good morning.
Good morning.
We will give another 5 minutes for everyone to join and then we'll start our session. Okay, so we'll start our session for the day, and others who join in between they can watch the recording of. So let me share my screen. Do confirm if my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so this is the topic for the day we are going to see, and pretty much a little bit basics about Tosca architecture, and then we will see what are the different roles in Tosca when you go to industry and apply for a job, right? So what are the roles in the market that you can look for while applying for Tosca automation job, and then we will see what are the different method to handle data in Tosca, and what are the different types of licenses and workspaces, then what is the system requirement before installation, what systems you should have, and then we will move to the different types of testing and different SAP environment. So we will look into this, and probably if time permits we will see a demo of SAP also and Tosca. So so this is a brief of Tosca architecture. Don't be overwhelmed by seeing the too many details on the page. I will break down it into a simple things, and then you will be probably able to understand. So this is the Tosca commander, and this will be our front end system, which we will be using it, which is pretty much this system. What you see here, right? You see here. This is the Tosca commander, and this is what we have over here, and this would be connected to a repository, a Tosca common repository, or your any database what you have, right? I think it's getting auto added. No. Okay. So excuse me. Yes. So whatever artifacts you will be creating here, right? Whatever test cases you are creating, whatever modules you are creating, it has to be stored in some database, right? So there will be a database server over here, you see. So either you can use Tosca common repository, or you can use uh give me a moment. Okay. You guys can mute yourself. Okay. So it will be connected to a repository or a database server to store all your artifacts, whatever you're creating in Tosca Commander. Okay. Then it will also be connected with. You can mute yourself, guys, if you're not speaking. If you don't have it out, Rajesh, probably you can mute yourself. Okay. So this Tosca Commander to get started, right? It has to be connected to some license server also. So basically, in Tricentis, right, in Tosca, we use two type of license. One is cloud and another is, yeah. So one is cloud and other is on-premise license server. So we are going to see how to get a license also in our upcoming session. But there is something with license also. There is something with database, and then there is a Tosca server. So in Tosca server, right, you will have many things. You will have your uh, distributed agent, you will have your test data services, you will have your user administration, you will have your project administration. So everything you can manage through Tosca server. You can configure your file services, anything, right? You can do it over there. So uh, as we progress, right, we will see Tosca server in more detail about this Tosca server. How do we connect our Tosca server with this agent machines, and Tosca commander with this agent machine? So how this agent machine run, how this it picks the dex execution, how to set up the AOS. We will see this. Okay, in a overall view, we will see. But in a nutshell, this is how uh, your Tosca architecture look. So if somebody asks you, right, to explain Tosca architecture, don't be just stuck to the Tosca commander itself, whatever you have here. You have multiple things in the background. Example, your commander itself will be connected to a database server and it will be connected to a license server. Then there'll be a agent machine and then there will be Tosca server. Okay. So you don't have to explain this port, other things. It is not required. You just have to know its overview, how it look and what are the different components it has in its. Okay, because most of the time, right, we'll be using only this commander. Okay, so having said that, I'll move quickly to the next topic. Yes, so if anybody is aware, can they tell me what are the different roles in Tosca? I want to understand from your understanding. So what do you think, what are the different roles available in market for Tosca?
I think task architect and
Very good. Please tell your name and
and
oh my god, give me a moment.
Mohan Kumar. Yeah.
1 minute. I'll reshare my screen. Give me. I think I have some issue with my Excel. Yes, Mohan. Please tell me what are the different role. One is Tosca architect. Very good.
And task associate. I think.
Tosca associate. Okay. Anyone else?
No, Tosca admin.
Perfect. Very good. What is your name? Please tell your name.
It's Gopi Krishna.
Gopi Krishna. Okay, fine. Tosca admin. Very good. Anything else, guys? Anything else apart from this? Okay. So pretty much right. Whatever you have said here, right? Admin, Tosca admin, architect, and Tosca Associate. So pretty much this only we will have. So instead of Tosca Associate, right, they might call you like automation specialist. Okay, because you have a certificate also for that. Okay, so there is Tosca Architect, there is Tosca Admin, and Tosca Specialist. So Tosca Architect can be Tosca Admin also. He can do the role of Tosca Admin also. Okay, so but we will see what is the different roles and responsibility if it is a automation specialist or a Tosca associate, you said, right? So what is the role of this particular person in the industry, what you will be doing? So if you're joining as a automation specialist, right, so what will be your role in the industry? So your role would be basically module creation. Okay, so you'll be responsible for creating modules. What is this module? I think yesterday we have seen a brief about this. Modules are like a building block. You scan your particular application and you build your modules. So your job would be basically to create a module and then test case creation. Okay, and then test data specialist. Okay, test data specialist. So or you will be doing test case design, preparing test sheet. Let me write it like this: test case design. So basically you will be responsible for these things: creation of the module, test case creation, and test preparing test sheet for your test cases. So this is the role of automation specialist, which we will be looking into our training. Second thing is, what about Tosca architect? What he will be doing? Okay, so his job will be to do the user management. Okay, user management. license management. Okay, license management and database management, and then workspace creation, and then I think user management, it will come like user group also. So user management, license management, database, workspace creation, and then Tosca CI/CD. Okay, and any creating any custom control. Okay, so this is the basic role uh, of a Tosca architect. So when you join a company, right? So he'll be adding you as a user in the Tosca server, and he'll be adding you to the group. So creating and managing the group, and then if you're using cloud hosted license, there is no maintenance required for that. But if you're using um, there is one more thing, I think self-hosted license server, right? So he'll be doing the license management for that, and then database and any kind of workspace creation in the project, right? So he'll be doing that. So and any kind of integration for Tosca related to CI/CD, right? He'll be doing that, and we will see what I'm talking about, the custom control. So we'll also be using that. So that also he'll be responsible for doing that. Okay, so this is the basic role of a Tosca architect. Admin, I think he will have similar role, but there are few more things which will get added addition to him. Like if there is a RDP machine, so he'll be managing those machines, RDP machines, and configuring those RDP machines, and configuring the workspaces, like AOS workspaces, all those things, right? So basically his role will be this. Okay, so this is a broader picture, I can say. When you're working in a team or you are looking for a job, right, you will come across in a team. You will have an architect who will be performing this things, and then there will be a automation specialist who will also be known as a developer. So they will be responsible for developing the automation test cases, which is through module test case and test sheet creation. So hope uh, the roles are clear uh, in this particular thing. And if that is clear, I'll come to this method of handling data in Tosca. So we will look into this. What are different licenses in Tosca? So can anyone tell me what are the different licenses in Tosca? I have just repeatedly said now.
AS1, AS2, TDS1, TDS2, A1.
Different types of license.
Community versions.
So basically there are two things. If I would like to nutshell, right? There's a cloud hosted license, okay, and then there is a self-hosted license server, okay. So we are not going to use self-hosted license server. We are going to see how to get a cloud hosted license server, okay. So basically there are two types of license, uh, cloud and self-hosted. So when we are connecting to a Tosca, right, when we are installing Tosca and when we are getting these licenses, so we will see how to get a cloud hosted license server and self-hosted license server, okay. But just remember, in cloud your maintenance will be done by Tricentis, and in self-hosted license server uh, license key will be provided and it will be installed in your local machines, okay. So this is the key difference between cloud and self-hosted. Nowadays I think most of the companies are moving towards the cloud hosted because they don't want to do any large maintenance part on that. So your license server will be basically with Tosca, and based on your purchase, right, for how many days you are purchasing it, so you will be having those things, okay. So now we will see what are different workspace in Tosca. So there is a single user workspace, okay, and then there is a multi-user workspace. Again, we are going to see this in practical, creating workspace in Tosca. So there is a single user workspace and there's a multi-user workspace. And in single user workspace, right, it is only for like training purpose, or if you're individually using Tosca, right, for any proof of concept or in your organization or anything, right, or for any kind of training you're doing it. So you can use single user workspace, but in industry, right, we will be using multi-user repository or a multi-user workspace. So what is this? So let's say in your team you will be having multiple team members, and now you want to view the changes. Wait, the person. Yeah. So excuse me. So in your team there'll be multiple people working on, and you will be working along with them, and now you want to view their changes, they want to view your changes. Okay, so that is only possible when you're working in a common repository, when you're working in a multi-user repository. So we'll also be creating a multi-user repository, replicating how when you work right in the real time how the workspace look like. So we will be creating a multi-user repository, and we will be seeing we will be using SQLite database. Okay, but in your real world, right, it will be connected to the actual database server, like MS SQL or anything else, right? So it will be connected to that, but we will make use of single SQLite, and we will create our workspace that is called multi-user workspace. Okay, so workspace creation we will see in Tosca, and then now, coming to the system requirement. So before installing this Tosca, so basic requirement I would say, at least this is from a Tricentis, but I think if you have lower than this, it might work, but you might face some problem. So you should have at least i5 processor with 2.4 gigahertz and a minimum of 8 GB of RAM, at least 10 GB space free in your system before you're installing this, right? So you need to have those particular things. This specification you need to have so that you can install without any hassle. Okay, so we will see this how to install Tosca, and how to install SAP, how to create a workspace, how to get the license. So we will see those things in the coming classes. Now I want let's go to the next one, and I want you to tell me what are different types of testing. So we will be developing these test cases, we will be doing SAP testing, but before that, right, I want to know what are the different types of testing you guys have done. Just list out all.
Yeah, more sure. Smoke, sanity, functional regression,
Okay, very good.
System
SLT.
testing,
1 minute. Smoke, sanity,
functional
functional.
testing,
Mm-hmm.
non-functional,
Mm-hmm. Okay, what else?
regression,
Regression. Okay,
FIT,
sorry.
system integration testing,
SIT. Okay,
load testing,
sorry.
that's
load testing,
non-functional.
Load. Okay, performance. Okay,
performance.
okay, very good.
Copy
Yes,
UAT.
UAT. Very good, I was waiting for that. Okay, and there's one more testing, right? If I want to keep it in order, like what come first, what comes second. So if you guys can remember, mostly it will be done by a developer only, but nowadays tester also do that. So
Unit
Unit
testing.
test,
Unit
very,
testing.
very good. So unit testing, then system integration testing, then
Yeah.
probably your UAT and load testing or functional, and then comes your sanity in between, then comes your smoke. So can anyone tell me what is the difference between, what is smoke testing and sanity testing, and what is the difference between them?
So smoke testing is done when we want to check if build is stable or not.
Perfect. And who is
And
this? Mohan?
sanity,
Yes, right?
yes, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And sanity is done to check if there is an enhancement in an application is
Mm-hmm.
not impacting, means the other part which is stable on the build, uh, to check that.
Okay. Smoke you have said correct. Can you tell me the sanity one again?
Means to check that the if enhancement is done in an application
Mm-hmm.
is not impacting the other part of the stable the modules that are working fine. So we check uh, that all the functionality is working fine due to
Mm-hmm.
that enhancement.
Mm-hmm. And what is
It's
regret?
like a pre-deployment testing. I think.
Sorry, Mohan.
Pre-deployment testing before deploying
Pre-deployment.
VLE.
Okay, good, very good. That is the answer one I was expecting. So, what is regression testing? If you can tell me.
It's a subset of sanity only then.
Post-deployment testing. After the new functionality added, checking the remaining and existing behaviors are working fine.
Yes, exactly. Right. So, yes, so smoke testing is the right answer to check the stability of the build if a build is stable. So, sanity testing, yes, pre-deployment, and regression testing to check if a newly build is not having any due to any new commitment or new changes, right? The existing build is not having any impact. Okay, so that is called regression testing. So I hope you most of you are clear with this. At least they have done some testing, and they are from a testing background. That is what I was trying to understand. So basically all these things, right, you might have performed in your during your work. So same thing, right, similar things we might be required to build the test cases in automation. Okay, so we might require to build the test cases for smoke regression. And so basically if you go in industry, right, they will have a large number of test suite for regression cycle. So you have to work on those particular test cases and develop, and those will be for like regression cycle or for a smoke cycle. Okay, and for unit testing, or if there's any deployment going on. So for that there will be for user acceptance testing also, where your business user will be running the test case and checking it. So for different phases, right, you will be required to uh, develop a um, test cases. So having said that, so we will see on the installation part and other things, license part. But before that, I'll just give you a walkthrough on the tool itself. Okay, so I have opened this tool. Okay, let me just close it, and we will see the installation and the license part. Do not worry about that. So I'm just closing this application. So once you have installed Tosca, right, you can simply come to your search menu and simply type Tosca Commander, and you will see Tosca Commander over here. Okay, and once I click on this, it will open my Tosca Commander and it will check for license. And since I have license, I think it should let me in. Okay, so once you land to your Tosca Commander page, right, so you will be seeing this similar page like this. And if once you have a valid license, if you don't have a valid license, you can come to this project over here on the left corner, and you see there's a license. And this is what I was talking about. So if you go to manage, so this there are two different types of license. One is cloud hosted and license server, and this is local machine, which is like, I don't think so anybody will be using it. So basically cloud or a license server, you will be connecting it. So in I have connected to a cloud license. I have logged in from this. So I have available license, and it is available for few days. So I can go back now. I was talking about workspace creation, right? So how do you create a workspace in Tosca? So you see here there's an option called create new. Okay, and once you click on this create new button, you will see the repository select type of repository. Okay, and you see here you will get SQLite, Oracle, MS SQL Server, and other database, whatever you have. Okay, so in a real time, you will connect to your database. This repository will be connected to your database, or a Tricentis common repository. You'll get one more option, Tricentis common repository, which I will show you. I have that also in my other system, so I will show that also. If you select none, right, so it is going to create a single user workspace. Simply you can come here, you can write your name. Okay, and don't forget to check this use workspace template and just click on OK. It will create a single user workspace, but for our training purpose, right, we are going to create a multi-user repository. And for creating multi-user repository, right, we need to have some database, and that database we will use as SQLite, because this is free of cost and up to 5 user can use this. Okay, so it will have some space over there in it and it can be done. So I will use this SQLite. Okay, and now it is directing me towards a common repository. So I think, yeah, let me just uncheck this and just select the one which I want. Tosca project. Okay, let me select the existing, but I think in your case, right, you since I have already created this branch, that's the reason it is showing me. But in your case, right, just uncheck this and just choose till this Tosca common repository. Okay, so this automation common repository, I think I have already created, so it is coming for me, but it might not come to you. Okay, so just select, for now I'm selecting this, otherwise you can even create a new particular things over here. Okay, the name of the repository you can create it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the existing repository only, or if I let me uncheck this and create a new repository name with like you can create anything. I'm just giving yes for now, and please use this workspace template. And it will ask you for this create admin user. So I would suggest, if you really want to give password and confirm password, please give it, or else leave it as it is blank and just click on OK. Okay, so this is all you have to do to create a multi-user repository with SQLite database. And once this is created, it will open the workspace for you guys. Okay, see here it will ask me password. I have set it to none. You want, you can set it anything. Username also you can set anything, but let's begin with this. So once you open, right, you will land up to this page, or there's a high probability that you can even land something similar to this. Okay, something similar to this also you can land up. Okay, so in that case, what you have to do is you can come to home and you will see a project over here, or you will see a section also. So from section you can open any test case module, anything whatever you want, right, you can open that any section, or else simply click on the project. So my project I created was Yash, and now you will have everything, module, test case, whatever things you see, right, you will have everything over here. Okay, so you can always navigate. So we will see, if you come here, if you see on the very top, this is called menu bar. So you see there's a project. If you click on the project, it will take you to this options, settings, and uh, workspace, other things, everything, right, it will show you over here. Okay, and if you go to home, you will see this section. So project we have just seen, and if you want to navigate to any section, like for example test case, so you can just click on test case, a new window will be open. Now coming to this functionality, why did we create a multi-user repository, right? So this is a team functionality where you have update all, check in all, and check out. So this is very important when you're working in a team, right? So you have to be aware of this. So let's say if if a Mohan and Yash are working in a same team, and Mohan created a test case and he did check in all, that means he committed his changes, he he done with his development changes, whatever you can say. And now Yash want to view, as he is his team member. So what he will do is he will just click on this update all, and depend on your repository size, right? So currently my repository size is 0, so it just finished within second. But if you see, please focus here, you will get a message over here. So update all finish. So it will take some time, depend on the size of the repository. So he can view the changes of, yes, okay. So now let's say you see something green color icon over here. Okay, so if you have a green color icon, right, that means when you're working in a team, that means this particular folder is checked out, means it is logged. If you are not understanding what is check in, check out, please understand unlocking and locking. Okay, so checkout means locking. So you have locked this folder for others, so other can't use. Because the reason why this is important is, let's say you're working in a particular file, and now if the same person, some other person in your team is working in the same file, same test case again, so it will create a conflict, right? So which one to save and which one to delete. So that's the reason there's something called check in and check out, that is lock and unlock. So if you have locked that particular folder, particular test case, particular module, anything, that means others cannot use. So for example, if this is showing green color to me, right, for others it will show it in the red color, that this is locked by some other user. So if you want to unlock this for some other people, right, simply you have to click on check in all. See, the moment I have clicked, the green color things is gone. Okay, and if I want to work on this, first thing I need to do is I need to click on checkout. So there is checkout tree, there is checkout. Checkout tree means everything will get checkout. So this is checkout. You can do it from here also. So I'm gonna do checkout. Okay. So I have checked out. Now I can create anything. Earlier you would have seen this option was not there. If I check in, right? See, if I check in, if I come to my component folder, and if I see here, I don't get an option to create um a component folder or something over here. So what I'm going to do is, first thing is I always have to check out this. So once I check out this, I will be seeing how to create a component folder. Okay, we'll come to this, what is component folder. Other option in this particular thing, right? If I just want to edit a name also, like instead of yes, I will give it as like test project. Okay, or I will give it like a project. This is my project folder, right? So if I want to give it as a project folder, I can change. But when I can do, once I have checked in, when others can view this change, once I unlock this for others, and unlock this, and other people, they have to update all. So very small functionality, but very important when you're working in a team, right? So you should be knowing what is update all, check in all, check out, all those things. Okay. So this import and export subset, we will be seeing it in our upcoming session. So however, um, we will navigate through this different menu bar in the coming days. Okay. And subsequently towards this toolbar also we'll be navigating it. Okay. So then now I'll come to this Tosca sections only. So there are three different section in Tosca commander. Okay, if you see, this is called navigating tree. So I have told, right, this is a menu bar, this is a sub toolbar, you can consider it. Then this is a tab, you can navigate your tab from here also. Okay, which tab you want. If you have multiple tab open, right, you can navigate it from here. Now coming to the window itself. So this is a navigating tree. If you have open test cases, okay, if you have test case open, okay, you see there are different test cases over here. Or in your project, if you want to navigate to particular folder, let's say here in test case, standard, engines, XML, okay, some particular thing you want to navigate. So when you want to navigate to a particular folder, please use this navigating window. This is a navigation window. Okay. And this is a working window, and this is a property section. Okay. For example, I want to navigate to this XML. So once I navigate and I click over here, right, I will see this particular thing here. Again, in this, if I want to see only XML basic example, I can see here, and you can see these are these are my test cases. What I am uh, uh, writing over here. You can see here. See, these are the particular test cases what you will see. So now you can come here and work on. Okay, and if you want to see its property, you can see the properties from here. This would be useful when you are navigating towards the module, right? Let's say modules, you want to see any SAP particular modules related to SAP, and you want to see a module and what is the properties that has been used for that particular module, right? So if you want to view the property of that particular things, right, how it has been identified, how it has been used, right? So you can always come and you can check the properties from this property tab. So these are three different tabs. I will call it as navigating tree, working window, and the property section in Tosca. Okay, so you can close this property section, you will get some more space to work on. So you can work on through this. So this is how you this is the basic overview of Tosca, I would suggest. Hope this is clear and understandable. Any questions so far? Yeah, Rajesh.
In the home menu, you showed that version control, right? Where we have that here, that in the team section. I understood that update all means like the others, whoever has made some changes in the multi-user environment, if we need to bring those changes into our workspace, we are giving update all. So after checking out if I'm working in some part, and then while I'm checking in all, will that get automatically updated in the server, or we need to again click update all? Basically, my question is update all is to get the changes from the server to our workspace, or from our workspace to the server. What it does actually?
See, a particular person will be created a particular artifacts or a test cases. Okay, now he will uh, when once he press check in all, right, so it will save into a common repository. Okay, and once you since you will be using your system and you want to see in your Tosca commander, right, from the database to your this particular commander front end screen, you want to see those things. So you have to give this update all, so it will bring down. If you see the arrow is towards the down, okay, it is not uploading anything from the here to there, it is bringing from the database to this particular section over here with the updated artifacts, right, whatever the updated artifacts are there, so it will bring over here. Clear, right?
Uh, so even for the multi-user environment, we need to create the workspace, right? In our local, we will give some C colon or something that you said. When you create one workspace, when you create a single user workspace, you showed, right? I mean, you are selecting a folder. Similarly, for the multi-user environment also, we need to create it, right? For our
This is
local
a
workspace.
multi-user environment only. What you are seeing here, right? This is a multi-user environment. That's the reason you're getting this option, team option activated over here. If it is a single user workspace, right, you will not get this option because you alone only will be using the Tosca. But in a multi-user, this is the multi-user repository we created with a SQLite database, and um, every artifact is getting saved in that SQLite database. And if I want to view other changes, I'm clicking on this update all and check in all, check out. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Mohan.
Yeah, Kumar, I have one doubt. In server, what is the difference between SQLite and MSQL? Why projects are using MSSQL?
See, SQLite is free of cost and it is having some limitation, like only in it is not recommended also. Okay, because every company will have their own database, right? I mean, why they want to use only restrict to 5 user and free of cost server? Okay, so all those maintenance, all those things, if something happened to that particular SQLite, who is going to be responsible? Because you have not purchased this, you're not using the license version, right? So they will have the basic database, right, to store some artifacts or something.
Okay, do we have any database for Tosca, like Tosca having any
There's
database
a
and they provide any service to us?
yeah, there's a Tosca common repository, where um, I think there's Tosca common or Tosca server repository is there. Okay, not Tosca common repository, it is Tosca server repository, I believe. So there also you can store your artifacts, but mostly, right, I think why somebody wants to um give the data to Tricentis, right? They'll be storing it with their own database. So there is a particular thing, but I think it will be mostly company uses their uh, own database and stored all the artifacts and repository, right, into their own things. Hmm. Any other things? Any other questions?
So Sanjay, just we need to install Tosca from their site, and we can means do we need to enter any license number or something to
Yes,
access?
yes. We will provide that. So installing of Tosca and installing of SAP, right? I will tell you. I'll talk to the Isha also, and I'll arrange the SAP license and Tosca license so that you all can have those things. So we will see those things in upcoming class. Okay.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else apart from that?
So for today, I have joined late. So means Sanjay, where I can get the recordings?
It will be posted in the group. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Anyone have any other questions regarding course content or other things? Because after this, right, we will be starting with we will see a little bit of Tosca for now, but we will be starting majorly with uh, SAP, because you want to we will be automating SAP itself. So first we will be going through SAP's like SAP HD module, and we will in tomorrow's session, right, basically we will start with the SAP session. So we will see how order to cash cycle work, what is the organization structure of a SAP SD, and then I'll introduce you to the S4 HANA system, that is SAP S4 HANA system, and overview of SAP system, and then uh, we will have one end-to-end cycle created over there, or at least a sales order created over there, how to create a sales order in SAP, right? So what is T code? So I don't want to overwhelm with too much information on day one, but we will initial days will be little bit slower, but once this SAP is completed, all this at least SAP ST module is completed, right? So we will start with automating it. We'll begin with creating of libraries in Tosca. What is libraries and all we will see. So lot of things to come. So we will have a look into that. Okay. Hope it is clear. Okay, then I think that's it for the day, and see you tomorrow, guys. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, Sanjay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.